Welcome back to another episode of Pipe Surgery. Thanks for all of the recent questions. We're going to try and get to as many of them as we can over the coming weeks. Simon, this week's question comes from Sarah, who is from Rotherham in England. And Sarah's a talent acquisition manager for a tech firm, and her remit is hiring sales and go-to-market professionals for her company. Question from Sarah is, we've had some bad hiring experiences recently that impacted the company's sales targets. What are the key qualities that you look for in potential sales hires? Simon, you've hired a lot of people over your years. Give it a go.
Yeah, this is an issue very close to my heart. Thanks for the question, Sarah. So, in no particular order, so some of the things that I'm looking for that's proved successful in the past in terms of people staying, hitting target, and becoming successful hires. So, I'm looking for tenacity. That's a key skill. Someone who can demonstrate that either in the workplace or it could be outside of work. Say, for example, they're running triathlons or they're playing musical instruments to a very high level. So, they're showing that they can keep doing the same habits to a successful level. I'm looking at people for people with good listening skills. They're able within an interview process to demonstrate that they're listening, absorbing things that are coming up in the process. Emotional intelligence. This is a little bit harder to judge off an interview, but usually I go with my gut instinct that the ability for them to read people and situations and react according to how a conversation's going. Trustworthiness, another really important quality is, do I trust the person in front of me? And if I don't, how are they going to be able to sell a product which we know a key quality is honesty and transparency and the ability to gain someone's trust. And another key quality is the ability to build rapport. So we know today the sales processes are more drawn out than ever. So the ability to be able to build rapport in different channels, either in a face-to-face meeting or on a Zoom or even over email, how can they continue to build rapport, use likability in order to close a sale? So those are some key things that I'm looking for in every sales interview that I'm conducting.
Very comprehensive. I would add to that a few things. Number one, likability factor. Don't underestimate this in life, not just for obviously getting recruited for a job. The likability factor is something that I go upon. Also, the flexibility factor. How flexible are you? And this is something that I see less and less actually in people today. Being flexible about your views, being flexible about how you approach things, and coachability. If you're not flexible, how can people coach in new skills, new ways of doing things? And I think that really plays in. Last thing for me is, in an interview, if you ask them to sort of summarize themselves or talk about their sort of background, etc., if they read off to you or speak to you basically a version of their resume, they're not a good salesperson. When they speak to me, I want to hear, well, yes, what did they do in the past in terms of outcomes, and how can some of that be brought to what I need them to do? Often I've got onto calls, even with veteran salespeople, who go and speak for 20 minutes about their background. I'm asleep, I'm gone. And I don't believe that you're going to be likable. So I hope that helps, Sarah. It's a very big minefield. There's lots of new tech coming out to really analyze things like emotional intelligence and other skills that I think are very useful in this area. So good luck with your continued recruitment, and thanks everyone for joining us for another episode of Pipe Surgery.